You have heard the name Kurt Hahn. No sweat. Kurt Hahn was a German educational philosopher who envisioned that youth had much more potential than they had discovered. Therefore, he found it indispensable for them to learn through experiential learning and shape them into sensible, responsible, and compassionate leaders. Hahn gave utmost importance to service, for it was sensitivity to the needs of the community that would shape young men and women into paragons of sacrifice, integrity, and universal brotherhood. Contrary to what Hahn preached, imagine what would be the situation of this heavenly abode if everyone stopped doing their chores. If every single person that has a major part to play, be it the sanitary workers, the janitors, waiters, the mess staff, or even the gardeners, if every single person decided to decline their duties, this place would not be what it is today. Because chipping in chores keeps things tidy, clean, and organized. Now imagine if everyone in Hasanabdal, or Punjab, or even the whole country stopped helping out. Things would become real messy, real fast. You see, it takes a group effort to create a nice place for everyone to live in a community. And this is what I want to talk about on this fine morning. Outdoor community service. Challenges and innovative solutions for Hasanabdal's local community. Now, before I proceed, I find it incumbent to clarify what is community service. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, community service is the work that is done without any pay to help people in a community. You see, keeping our community and comfortable means that every single individual has to play their dreadful part. The best case scenario being that everyone finds their passion, be it environment protection, providing food, shelter, creating self-groups in communities, or even conducting medical health checkups, and ultimately link that passion to contribute to the community. This is the true essence of community service. Now, every one of us has access to clean water, food, and a healthy environment, so we can lead our luxurious lives in peace. But to be honest, life is not so fair outside these walls. Consider the slums almost a kilometer away from the place you're sitting right now. Is life the same there? No, certainly not. Is any plan being generated to help them out or support them? No, I don't think so. As of now, no. So tell me, why shouldn't we be the first ones to assist those poor souls into living a better life? Now, this is just one example. In a growing population of about 54,000 people in Hasanabdal, countless other places require our attention. Numerous problems that remain unsolved. And so, I would like to highlight the challenges that Hasanabdal faces with respect to community service. Disasters and accidents. Community work is limited to times of catastrophe and tragedy. It has been constrained by a predominant focus on disaster recovery. While the response and recovery are vital for immediate relief and rehabilitation, this singular emphasis has limited Hasanabdal's ability to proactively address long-term development needs. Last week, a tragic event took place in the swimming pool. A boy who was injured because of quick response, that boy was immediately transferred into the hospital. But imagine if that would have been delayed and this would occur in the same place outside these walls, would the results be the same? Did you know that every day many people lose their lives just because of accidents and quick response? Standards. Organizations not meeting adequate standards in community service in Hasanabdal underscores the importance of addressing quality, transparency, and accountability concerns. This issue can manifest lack of, lack of clarity, and constrained manpower. Moreover, talking about the resource conundrum. The scarcity of resources presents a formidable challenge when talking about community service. The lack of resources, while efforts are made, they are often hindered by limited financial allocations and constrained manpower. This scarcity can result in a dearth of essential services and infrastructure, hindering Hasanabdal's overall development. The logistic limbo. Venturing into the great outdoors presents its own set of logistical challenges. Coordinating volunteers, remote locations, transporting resources. It's a puzzle. Yet imagine technology weaving a thread of efficiency through and aiding us in orchestrating our efforts. Intent. People find it somewhat disrespectful to be helped or even to help, as efforts are made for a social image rather than pure intention. It's as if getting helped by someone is something that hurts your self esteem and self pride. While this should certainly not be the case, I would like to highlight something of great importance. This. Now, many of you might have seen this message, while scrolling down. By the way, how many of you know about the Ansars? Okay, thank you. The Ansars is an organization that was initiated by our ex-wing commander Mahadakil, and I must say he has done a wonderful job along with his teammates to create a standard for community service organizations. But the point I tend to make from this is that we as a community tend to ignore these messages very often. While that elderly man requires our help, we are waiting for someone else to do the honors. This is something very important, we should be focusing on it. Nature's canvas is where our service brushes strokes of transformation. Aligning our projects with nature's rhythm would certainly allow us to achieve our goals. Having identified these challenges, it's important to transition to the strategies and outcomes as I now move on to solutions. Disasters and accidents. The community should undergo a comprehensive assessment in order to prioritize development. Broadening the scope of community projects including areas such as education, healthcare, and infrastructure development would certainly help us in achieving our goals. Moreover, what I mean is that people should have an increased awareness when talking about community service. In order to implement this in the simplest of ways, a yearly project should be included for teenagers in the curriculum. Just a suggestion. Moreover, everyone should reach a proactive approach. They should be looking for solutions and helping to serve the standards. Developing SOPs that best outline practices, roles, responsibilities, and ethical guidelines. These would serve as a reference point for all involved, ensuring consistency as well as professionalism. The resource conundrum. Create a community-driven resource sharing network that taps into the collective strength of Hasanabdal's residents, local businesses, and organizations. This would help facilitate in the human, financial, and physical resources, enabling community service operations despite resource limitations. The logistic limbo. Create a centralized hub dedicated to community service activities that create space for community service activities where people, organizations, and locals can come together to plan, coordinate, and execute various initiatives. This would provide a streamlined platform for communication as well as project management. Intent. This aspect of community service is of paramount importance. And in order to tackle this, first of all, donors and recipients must remain anonymous. In addition, a sense of realization should be inculcated into individuals to think of their community as their prime priority as well as to serve it. In order to solve the best possible manner, I invite the cadets to accompany me in an interactive session where we would focus on developing a pure intention for service rather than posing for a social image. If analyzed objectively and smartly, what I make out is that the ultimate solution that I make out of this is that now what would mean? An increased amount of people worked at a minimal rate in order to rest the shoulders of the select few who worked for it in a greater magnitude, things would become a lot better. And I'm proud to say that Cadet College Hasanabdal tries its utmost to be part of the greater magnitude. And I must say, it is the greater magnitude. So, what has Cadet College Hasanabdal done to contribute to the community? CCH has provided books, computers, water coolers and furnitures to local schools nearby. Moreover, it has interacted with local students in public schools and teaching them. Moreover, initiating tree plantation drives as well as what I want to highlight here is that the Wali Kandhari, it is an international landmark where international visitors often visit. Now, in order to make it an international landmark, it should have international standards. But local organizations and the government have not been cooperating in terms of creating a standard for cleanliness as well as an environment. The Vaisakhi Mela, in which the cadets interacted with Sikh Yatris, greeting them at the railway station and providing them medical assistance free of cost. Regards to Hasanabdal, a beautiful and peaceful city, which has given us so much to cherish, so much to adore. Truly, are we not indebted to this beautiful city? Certainly we are. And surely, it is high time we waive off these dues by serving the community of Hasanabdal in an adept manner. Thank you.